Well, we are back. Can You Take It Film Festival. It's been a long time.
2 years?
2 years, maybe longer.
More than 2 years.
Because I didn't have a child when we did the last one, and my kid's 2.5, and your kid's 1.5.
1.5, yeah.
So we've got 3 veterans here with us today. Dustin, me, Brandon. We've got Jonathan here with us. This is his first Can You Take It Festival. Adam, his first Can You Take It Festival. He's cooking some breakfast back there. Well, I guess we should reveal the series we're doing. This is going to be the biggest one we've ever done. It's Friday the 13th. And we're only going to do the first 8 films, which are the Paramount films. But it's still going to be long. We're looking at around 13 hours running time. So it's going to be a long one.
Should give a shout out to one of our founders that's not with us this weekend.
Patrick is not with us. He's moved.
He's not dead.
He's moved on.
He's moved on to the afterlife. No, he's not dead. He's just he's in another place, a different city where he can't come to be with us. So
yes, he moved down to Texas. So we send a shout out to Patrick. We miss him. We wish he was here. And you know, it's been a long time getting these back going. We wanted to do another festival. So here we are. Dustin, what are your thoughts? You're kind of experienced. You know Friday the 13th pretty well.
I know that it's going to be fun. There definitely, I already know there's going to be ones that will be more painful. So we'll see, but that might not be true later on.
Well, one of the interesting things to deal with today, Jonathan has never seen one.
I've never seen a single one of the Friday the 13th.
So this will be an interesting experience to have someone seeing these movies for the first time, a different take on them. I have seen them too many times. I've watched them all recently because the Blu-rays came out, and we will be watching the Blu-rays of each film. Brandon, what do you think? How experienced are you?
Well, I've been here since the beginning. I think this one will be probably on par with Nightmare on Elm Street in terms of the quality of the films and the experience that we have during the watching.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. We're going to stay pretty tight to the schedule we've got set today. Pretty much we're only going to allow for around 15 minutes after each film to do our reviews. And then at a later date, we may discuss them further. So, if you guys are ready, let's get started. Can you take it?
Strap it on.
All right, Brandon, how you feel? First movie down. What'd you think?
I think this movie is a little bit different from some of the other series we've seen where the series start out really strong and they kind of go down in terms of quality. This one started out a little off, so I think it's interesting that it starts off differently from some of the other ones that we've seen. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It wasn't that bad.
Friday the 13th Part 1, how you feel?
Good, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, first one, so.
You cooked everybody breakfast.
Yeah.
Send a special shout out thanks for cooking breakfast for everybody.
Well, you know, we need a lot of energy to sit on the couch all day.
You've seen this one before, but watching it again, any thoughts?
It's been a while, but as we talked about during the movie, what always sticks out to me is how good older movie sets feel and how authentic they feel and the characters feel real. There's not a bunch of models and, you know, the sets aren't pristine. It feels like an old shitty rundown campground, which it should.
Honestly, the first thing I noticed was how fast people started getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
They died pretty quickly. They didn't waste any time. And I think probably the most notable was what we were talking about, how you look at the people and it felt honestly pretty real, as far as it didn't feel like forced casting or anything like that.
I liked it.
It wasn't as campy or shocking as I expected, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find the gore kind of surprising?
Yeah. I haven't watched like a ton of old horror movies. Well, I say old, like 70s, 80s horror. I just never have watched a lot of that, so it's all kind of new to me. But yeah, a lot of blood for sure.
All right, Dan, we just finished the first film, and I just want to first start out and say that you would watch these all, and very recently. When did you see these recently?
Around Halloween, they released the Blu-ray set, I guess in maybe September. So I did kind of a 30 days of Halloween, and I tried to watch a horror movie one day in October, like every day in October. I didn't quite get it, but a lot of these were the ones I watched during October, and so very recently.
Who was your favorite character? Probably Betsy Palmer, honestly. Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
She was a very strong woman, apparently. I don't know how she threw that one person through the window all tied up. And I don't understand, like, she was an effective, murderous killer before we met her. And then when we meet her, she has slapstick comedy fights with Alice. I don't know how that happened, but she was a good villain and a good antagonist, because you don't expect a sweet mom-like lady to be such a murderer.
Yeah, it was a good decapitation. I kind of agree with Brandon. It's like, she's killing people so fast throughout the movie, and then this little whiny girl at the end gets her.
Definitely to serve the story.
Yeah. I didn't feel like it really suits with how she had been killing people.
Right.
Like, she stabbed someone with an arrow. I mean, just quickly killing people, and then this girl beats her up with like a pan.
A couple of times.
Yeah, it's like
She's
knocks her
down
down.
twice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite kill in the movie?
Anything involving the arrows. I mean, the arrow to the throat, and then
Face hit arrow.
face hit arrow, and the decapitation.
Okay.
Probably axe to the head.
Axe kill.
Yeah, because it was pretty deep.
Why did we choose this series?
Well, I think, I don't know. I was going to give everybody a vote for the series, and when I brought this one up, everyone wanted to do it. It seemed like a logical choice. We had a lot of fun with Nightmare on Elm Street. I think we all look back on that series or that festival fondly. We had done 2 festivals that had no horror. They weren't horror, so I think we all wanted to get back to that. Who was your favorite kill?
I think my favorite kill was actually Annie, the hitchhiker, or was that her name? Annie. In the beginning. Because it starts out with like a pretty good little chase. There's a little cat and mouse, and then finally, it's the first like real gory kill where slits the throat, blood spills out, and you're like, whoa, okay. And it really sets you into the movie more than the, first couple people in the flashback in the beginning.
The best kill was probably the arrow through the neck. Kevin Bacon's character getting stabbed in the bed. That was pretty graphic. The effects were really nice too. All the practical effects looked very good.
What do you think about the gore effects?
Well, it's kind of like you look at, especially when Annie gets sliced in the neck at the beginning. We're so known to it now. You've seen it over the years, but I'd imagine back then when you first see it, it's like it doesn't hold anything back. So it was pretty nice. It wasn't too much.
They were all extremely well done, and actually, even today, after seeing them after so many years, some of them were very gross. They were a little bit disturbing.
Do you feel like this movie was tedious?
Yes, at times. Yes, especially after seeing Halloween, how they do it versus this.
It's a little slow, but I'm sure at the time it didn't feel tedious at all, and we're jaded by countless horror movies and kills, so
It's going to be difficult to finish the rest of the series out watching all these films with such a heavy usage of the first-person perspective. How do you think Friday the 13th fits in with the other horror megaseries out there?
To me, it stands as one of the more watchable ones. I'm a big fan of a lot of the franchise series, but I've never felt like Hellraiser or Leprechaun or even Texas Chainsaw held up with the Nightmare series, with Friday the Friday the 13th series, or the Phantasm series. So to me, it's in the top 5. I find most of the movies enjoyable. I feel like there's a lot less bad ones than there are good ones, and in all of them, at least the first 8 that we're watching today, I can find something I like about them. You mentioned the sets and everything looking real. I mean, how do you feel about the setting of the film, the camp and everything?
Yeah, it was really it was gritty, it was dirty, it was lived, it was organic, it was realistic. So they did a good job in choosing a place that matched with a horror film, I think.
What do you think about the ending?
The drawn out part or the surprise?
The surprise.
I'm sure it caught a lot of people off guard. I mean, that, you know, something's effective if it's been copied multiple times, and that style of the soft ending and then something happens has been done so many times. So this is one of the first ones to do it, so it was very effective.
Okay, now we're gonna reveal to the audience here that you've never seen it, so you did not know old little Jason was coming out of the lake.
That got me.
It scared you a little bit, or surprised you.
It surprised me, yeah.
You weren't scared, but
Yeah.
you didn't see it coming.
Yeah, because it had really lulled me in. The whole movie was like slower paced than I expected.
Yeah.
So I was just like kind of lulled into it, and then boom, pops out of the water. Yeah.
With the makeup
and I was like, what?
Mongoloided.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mongoloided, yeah.
Overall, how do you feel about the first one?
Good. Having seen all of them before anyways, I'd say it's still not one of my favorites. I still think already the second one's better, but pretty good.
How do you feel about the day? First one down, you got 7 more to go.
It's going to be a long day, but that one felt like it went by pretty quickly, even though it was kind of a slower pace film, because I think because I haven't seen any of them, it's still like a new movie experience for me. But I think it's gonna get slow feeling to me, yeah.
I feel pretty good. I'm glad we get to do this again. It's been a long time, and looking forward to a fun day today.
Excited.
7 more.
As long as we can keep comfortable and keep fueled up, we should be fine.
I really don't like the first one as much, so I'm kind of glad to be on the other side of it. I think it gets better from here, and it's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be a long day. It was fun to experience it with Jonathan, not seeing it. So I'm intrigued to see as we go through the series what happens, because these are like, I grew up watching these when I was very young, so they've been with me a long time. It's fun to see a new, fresh eyes view them. We often talk about getting to see things for the first time again, and so it's kind of being able to live that, I guess, with him. So that's fun, and it's just good to have everybody together, again, doing it, watching the movies and bonding over the torturous aspects of this day. It always gets hard for me in the morning. I don't know why. Watching horror movies in the morning, the sun is coming through the blinds. It's not easy. I don't know if we said what time we got started, but we got started at 8:30 a.m. So we're about to get going. Part 2.
I'm ready to rock number 2.
All right, let's go.